We typically receive tens of thousands of leads in a year, and we hire usually about 2 to 3% of those. We're very strict on who we put in the truck because we're not looking to just fill a seat. We want to find somebody that's going to stay here and retire here. At Maverick, we do it a little bit different in that when we invite you to orientation, we've done everything in our power to get you here. We've already run all your reports. We've already verified all your previous employers. Everything is checked out. That at times puts us at a competitive disadvantage because a lot of carriers that we compete with will offer you a job over the phone without running any of your background reports. Once you get to their orientation is when they're going to start doing that. We don't believe in that. I don't want to have a man or woman quit a job to come to our orientation if I haven't done everything in my power to make sure that they'll be successful when they get here. Keeping the communication open is not only important between a driver and their fleet manager or recruiter, but also between departments here at Maverick. So what we do is routinely, the recruiting department will meet with our operations department and the recruiting department will meet with our orientation department. And what we're doing is making sure what we're telling the drivers on the front end is still accurate. Some of the things we're going to cover is we're going to talk about, are we still accurate on the amount of miles these drivers are averaging? Are we still accurate on the time at home they're getting? Are we still accurate on where they're running, where our freight lanes are, and if anything has changed so we can update our data and make sure that we're always being honest and upfront.
This is trucking, and there is no guarantees in trucking, and we try to tell everybody that even, as an example, in our regional runs in our flatbed division, one of our big selling factors is the fact that drivers are scheduled home every weekend. Now, yes, we tell them you're scheduled home every weekend, but hey, this is trucking. We're not going to say you're guaranteed home every weekend. 90% of our drivers are home every weekend in this division. However, we're not going to say you're guaranteed because as soon as I say that and you don't get home that weekend, then your first thought is your recruiter lied to you. And I'm never wanting to send that message to you as a driver.
I dealt with Jeff Vaughn after the initial touch with Maverick. And to my recollection, everything he told me was straightforward. Again, no punches pulled. You're going to be out 2 weeks at a time with the glass division. I answered pretty much all the questions I had. Laid out the way when you come in the door, how much training you do, what kind of initial pay you're receiving, how the progression. It was amazing to me how in the first 6 months you're with Maverick, you end up with a 20% pay increase, essentially. And there's not many jobs where you'll do that.
I know numerous recruiters out there right now. They're recruiting for a truck line they never drove for. And me, myself, I got ethical values. I just can't go out and sell something if I haven't did it. So by me driving for Maverick over 20 years, I know exactly what our students and our recruits are getting into. I can give them firsthand experience on letting them know exactly what type of company Maverick is.
I do think it's important to be honest and upfront with anyone. Training a lot of the recruiters that come into our department, I let them know up front that this is where we're going to start. We're going to be honest. We're going to offer them information in writing. We give them pay information on sheets. We give them our benefits package, everything up front so they can review that if it's with their family, if it's the home time of anything they want to see up front. And I feel that just being honest is the most important thing in our processing.
We're not a factory. We don't just stamp out widgets. We consider every person sitting there a family member, and they have a family, and it's our responsibility to ensure that we have a program in place to ensure we're doing the right thing for them and their family. And the moral obligation of our program is to ensure that if somebody needs help, that we're there to help them with their needs. The program's about them. It's not about Maverick. It's about ensuring that they are successful.
Been in the industry for around 35 years. You got to have trust. And when a company say they're going to do things for you, you need to believe that. I said I done drove a truck for over 30 years, and I like coming out to the schools and talking to the students and giving them my perspective, what you're going to get into. Because what you're going to do, I done did it. And I like for you to do it for a great company.